you see how I'm bringing the message. Tried to take me up straight through the
Back though.
but I promised I'll still get a check, nigga. Every moment I knew I was right, even though I could shoot with my left hand. But I'm not being stressed. In the storm, asleep, I checked in the West End. But you see, I'm still going through things. Right after my show, I buried my best friend. Had to carry the casket. I never thought it would happen. I cried, it really was tragic. Besides, preparing the damage. I know that you got with the king. I'm holding it down, I'm keeping it G. Hope that you rest in peace. And you see how I'm bringing the message. Try to take me out straight.
What is going on, family? What's going on, my YouTube family? Yo, what's going on? I'm having an amazing day. So far, so good. I hope you are too. I hope you are enjoying your Saturday, your Tuesday, your Mondays, your Fridays, your Saturdays, your Sundays. For me, I do wish blessings onto you. I got a new mic. I bought a microphone so y'all can start hearing me with more potency. Hopefully, I don't hear no more cars. I do live in the city, so y'all gonna have to bear with the kid. Bear with the kid. But yeah, I have no idea how this sounds. We're going to see how it sounds after I record the video. Hopefully, it sounds great. That way, I could upload this video on Tuesday. If it doesn't, let's just pray that it does. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Anyway, we are talking about in the video. You're gonna see it in descriptions or in the title section. Negative Nancy's. Okay, we're going to be targeting. Okay, identifying. All right, I'm gonna write it down. Targeting. Identifying negative Nancy's. Okay. I really want to get the how in farmers grow crops and then the weeds start growing in and sometimes the weeds could destroy the crops. Those are what negative Nancy's are. They slowly but surely kill the crop because they poison whoever's listening with false narratives, things that's not true, um, gossip. Um, they slander people. What else? They don't build the body up. They don't build the people up. They do the opposite and they destroy. So, and honestly, like I've had, and in our life we have many negative Nancy's, but we just have to. We what the fuck? What the fuck was that? We just have to identify these negative Nancy's. Okay, so what is a negative Nancy? I know I just said that, but let's get the Google definition because I know many people love looking up Google definitions. Like I do too, but sometimes you just gotta. For me, I like to create words. Like I remember I was telling my therapist that I'm a reformed Jew, and she Googled that shit. I'm just like, you can't Google for reformed Jew. Like I just made that shit up. Like, like I just made up the reformed Jew word. Like I thought about it. I'm like, okay, Jesus was a Jew. Okay, he didn't come here to create Christianity. He came here to put the power back in our hands, in terms of healing, in terms of being free from our sin. So I don't have to call myself a Christian. I can call myself something else. I can call myself a Reformed Jew. Because there's Jews that believe in Jesus, for sure. There's Jews that believe in Jesus, and that's amazing. Now, I do know that there are people that were called Gentiles, non-Jews, right? And I feel as though like that's the people that um really created this Christianity title, and it just gets complicated from there. But I truly believe I'm biblical. I'm actually taking the time to read the whole Bible so I can really like educate myself on what truly is in the Bible. And so far, powerful stuff. Like, I have to make this video about oh my god, I have to make this video about Jesus calling us gods. Like, he calls there's another well, first one of the leaders in the Israel in Psalms, one of the leaders in the Israel camp, basically were calling out the people that were supposed to lead the people, the leaders. They were gods. And Yeshua, when he was alive, he pointed that out. Like, hey, how come in your scriptures, he pointed that out to the Jews at the time, how come in your scriptures it says that your leaders are gods, but when I call myself the son of God, it's blasphemy? So it's just really important knowledge that I'm going to actually make a video about, because I think that's information that should be talked about, but it's not. But we're going to talk about it, though. We talk about everything. Hopefully, God bless me. God bless. But yes, let's look up the word negative Nancy's. Negative Nancy's. Disagreeable, pessimistic. Pessimism. Okay, the definition is negative Nancy. Plural, negative Nancy, derogatory, informal. A person who is considered excessively or disagreeably pessimistic. So someone who is just a negative person, pessimistic. They're not optimistic. They have no vision of things going right for them. And I'm just like, oh, get away from me. Like, you have to part yourself. You have to part ways with negative Nancy's. Because they will turn you into a negative Nancy themselves. You'll start to have ideas that's not even yours. You'll start to have opinions that's not even yours, that's somebody else's. Like, it's more about substance. It's more about what we can grab, what we can learn from each other, and it's less about destroying the camp. Like, you don't want to destroy the camp. Why destroy the camp? Why destroy the camp when you can uplift the camp? See what I'm saying? Like, there's no, like, you wildin'. Like, you wildin'. And I was surprised to find out that there are stories in the Bible that identify negative Nancy's. So we about to target negative Nancy's, right? I want you to think about eternalize, okay? Eternalize, okay, the definition. A person who is considered excessively and disagreeably pessimistic. Eternalize that definition, and think about the people that's in your life right now that embody this definition. People that are pessimistic. You might if you're cool with them, right? If because they're in your family, because not even your family, but because they're in your life, you could do two things, boys and girls. You could do two things. You could tell them about themselves, or you could disassociate yourself with them. Now, both takes guts, but both takes a level of humility. Both takes a level of maturity. Are you mature enough to sit down with your friend and act and tell them, yo, I think you need to be more positive. I think you need to have more positive thoughts, more positive actions, more positive reinforcement because like you're a negative person, bro. Some people, you know, it takes humility, it takes maturity to have these difficult conversations. But ultimately, like me, I'm not having a conversation with nobody. No, I'm disassociating myself. I'm disassociating myself. I'm getting up out of there as quick as possible because that shit kills, bro. I can't afford to think negative. I can't afford to. I can't afford to. I can't afford it. Not me. Not me. Not me. So it's about identifying the negative Nancy's. So it's so crazy because in scripture, King Solomon, those who don't know um who King Solomon was the son of King David, okay? And Solomon was blessed with wisdom and something else. He was blessed with wisdom and something else. But even though he was blessed with wisdom, my guy didn't always do what was wise. And we could really like see that in our lives because like sometimes we know better but we don't do better. But ultimately it's a journey. Like you're going to evolve, you're going to get to a point in your life where you're doing better because you know better. So I'm saying you're in the gym, you're you know you're doing things for yourself. Okay. So King Solomon, right? Let's get to it, right? So First Kings chapter 11 verse 3. First Kings chapter 11 verse 3. So basically, he was a king now. And with this king, with this level of royalty, with this level of power, this level of just girth, this nigga, because this is some nigga shit right here. He goes and marries 700 wives. 700. What are you doing? 700 wives? My God, I got too close to the mic right there. Hopefully, this sounds great. Oh my God. He married 700 wives. And on top of that, there were women from all over. At this time, at this time, God wanted the Israelites to be only to have relations with only the Israelites. Keep it in the family. Pause. Keep it in your heritage. Keep it in your ethnic groups, right? Because other people believed in another god. These women believed in different gods, and King Solomon, he was supposed to drive the narrative in terms of the Israel God, the God of the universe, the God of the world. Um, and he was supposed to be that figure in his communities where he was supposed to, you know, sh- uh, bring light to the God of Israel. But instead, it says that. Let me read it to you. No, wait, wrong one. I'm in Second Kings. Meant to be in First Kings. This is crazy. Look at this. So basically, boom. This is what happened, right? Yes. This is First Kings chapter 11, verse 3 or verse 2. Yet Solomon insisted on loving them anyway. He had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines. Yo. And in fact, they turned his heart away from the Lord. Hashtag negative Nancy's. They turned his heart away from the Lord. Instead of him cultivating and strengthening his relationship with God, he then turns to women that then turn him away from God. And that's exactly what negative Nancy's do. They turn you away from your goal. They get you so scared. They get you so scared of your actual goal. They get you so they raise anxiety in you in terms of your goal. Right? Negative Nancy's. Identify the negative Nancy's in your life and go like this to them. Get them out of here, bruh. Get them out of here. Get them out of here now. ASAP. ASAP. Get them out of here because the longer they stay, the longer they brew, the longer they're attached to your goals, the more they can destroy, and that they do. 700 women, 300 concubines. Of course, they're gonna stare. 300, 700 women believing in 700 different gods. The Lord, right? The Father of Yeshua, the God of the universe. There's only one. But there are other gods out here, and people do believe in other gods. And that's why this is so important. That's why I do what I do now. Because before we check out of here, okay? I truly want to steward the people of God right? Lead the people of God to the source. And yeah. But my way though. I don't have to do it. Listen, I do it my way. And Jesus allows us to do it our way. It's freedom. The land of the free. Right? Jesus promises freedom. He broke the chains. Now we can be ourselves and represent the kingdom our way. His way, but our way. Through him, through us, to get back to him, to get to him. Hey, yo. But that's another story, right? So we got King Solomon. His wives destroyed his relationship with God, turned him away from God. Truly sad story. And then you have Joseph. Not Joseph. I always say Joseph. Joshua. If you don't know who Joshua is, Joshua was the leader after Moses. And because he was the leader after Moses, he has specific rules and regulations to go by because he was Moses' predecessor. So he had to play it so to the book. He didn't allow idolatry. He didn't allow that's one of the main things they didn't allow back in these times. Idolatry. Idolatry is worshiping another god, worshiping someone else who is not the true God, who is not the God of the universe. Okay, there's just specific things that the God of the universe requires us to do. And for an example, sacrificing your children is not one of them. So if you think God, and this is like Old Testament, if you wanted to sacrifice your children for grace and for blessings for the coming year, that is not that was not the God of the universe. Like, he is not asking us to sacrifice our children. Even to this day, that is not how it goes. But ultimately, okay, uh, the people that Joshua was leading, okay, the people that Joshua was leading, they were practicing idolatry. Okay, all right, they were doing things that were against what God had intended them to do. But ultimately, being the leader, Joseph stood. No, not Joseph. Joshua stood on business. Okay, he stood on business. He said, "Yo, y'all could do what y'all want to do, really. Because as for me and my family, we are praying to the Lord of the universe. We are praying to the God of the universe. We are sacrificing lambs. we are doing sacrifice. They used to do sacrifices back in these days. But we're showing God, we're showing the God of the universe love and grace. Not grace, but just love. Um, and he said, as for me and my family, we doing what we doing what's what we're supposed to do. We're doing what is needed to ultimately live in the grace, live in the blessings, live in the love, the tender love and care, the care. You ever been cared for? It feels good. It feels good to be cared for. It feels good to be loved. To feel like you're loved every single day, man. So I'm about to give it to y'all. This is Joshua. Jo- Joshua is Joshua. Joshua, verse 24, verse 15. Okay, so I'm gonna read y'all the whole thing. Verse 14. So fear the Lord and serve Him wholeheartedly. Put away forever the idols your ancestors worshipped when they lived beyond the Euphrates River and in Egypt. Serve the Lord alone. But if you refuse to serve the Lord, then choose today whom you will serve. Would you prefer the gods of your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates, or will it be the gods of however you say that word in those lands who in those lands you now live? But for me and my family, I will serve the Lord. We will serve the Lord. And the people replied, we will never abandon the Lord and serve other gods. That's what a true leader does. Right? A true leader knows the right message from the wrong message. A true leader influences people to think about their messages and how they should live, and influences people to live in the righteous way. There's righteousness, and then there's the opposite of righteousness. You know what righteousness is? It's in your body. It fills you. It feels good. Righteousness tells you right from wrong. But sometimes right from wrong can be hmm. Right from wrong cannot always be so clear. But that's where forgiveness comes in. Because even if you do the wrong, God still loves you. Um, um, that's what my Bible says. Yes, Sirski. We back. Um, just to conclude, right? Joshua really turned. I wrote down in my notes. Joshua was such a leader. He turned the negative Nancys into believers, right? In the scripture, they said they will only serve the one Lord after his speech about serving one Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have the power to turn negative Nancys into believers, into positive people? That's truly it, man. So subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know what to do, right? If you really gain value from my videos, tap in, get a notebook, hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, right? This is really revolutionary to what we're doing right now. Like, we're leading my type of believers. Like, I'm not so far off from where you are spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, I ramble. But shout out to y'all, man. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.